Oh, nothing. Just, put in my a millionth job application and still got declined. This is day 80 something without a job. So I'll give you a backstory. Few months ago, I put in my 2 weeks notice at a previous job because I had got a new job offer. With this new job offer, I was just like, I really want to go to this specific field because I was intentionally wanting to go back to school for that specific field. I don't know why. I just want to keep it to myself. But yeah, they told me a start date, then it kept getting pushed. I don't want to work for a company that does something like that. So I end up declining that offer. I've put in multiple applications since then. I wanted to go back to school this fall, but without a job, I'm not going back to school. I need some type of stability. Within these 2 months, I say July and June, and May, I guess, so 3-ish or whatever, 2 interviews I've had so far. I made a video as I was walking out from that interview. I posted on my TikTok, and I was just like, I really hope I get this job. That next following day, I got an email saying, hey, we appreciate your time and effort into that application and interview, but we went with somebody else.
What more do you want from me?
I hate the job market. I'm frustrated because the plans that I thought I had, I just thought this was going to be the plans, and it isn't. And now this morning I woke up and I'm just like, I have no clue. I literally have no clue what my future looks like. I did put in my last application for any place here in my hometown. I put it in yesterday. They sent me an email today. You know what that email said? Yeah. So I really don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm frustrated, and this morning not this morning, just like a few moments ago, I was kind of getting emotional and I was praying and talking to God about it, and I'm just like, I don't understand. I really don't understand what's going on right now. I'm really trying to trust your will, but I'm starting to get tired of trusting. I'm really starting to get tired of trusting, and it's really been difficult. I'm tired of this. My dad, he has a saying that he got from a old friend. We would say it's gonna get greater later, and I'm just like, when will it get better? And this isn't to be discouraged. I'm gonna be real. I've been discouraged. I have. I even told God a while ago, I was just like, I don't even feel like being encouraged. Like, God, don't encourage me. I don't even feel like encouraging myself. And I'm big on encouragement. I love encouraging people. I'm very optimistic. I'm very hopeful. But right now, it's rough when funds are getting low. And now I have to dip into my savings to make sure I'm able to pay my bills for next week. It's really frustrating. Yet, at the end of every prayer, every time I spend time with God, I just be like, Lord, I trust you. I trust you even though right now it's really hard to trust you. I'm not understanding. You say be still, been still. I'm putting in applications. I'm trying to do the faith without works I'm trying to do faith, have faith, and still be active. Like, I don't want to be one of those planting a seed and just watching it and waiting to see if it grows, because I don't believe that's how that works. But I don't know. I literally told God, I said, I feel like I'm in the middle of an ocean, and like you had me in the middle of an ocean, and like there's no land, there's no tree, there's nothing but water everywhere. I feel like I'm in a desert. There's nothing. There's like nothing. The only thing I'm actually clinging on is you, and that's it. That's encouragement right there. Weird. I was reading the book of Ruth, and there was a part where I was reading chapter 1, and this is when Naomi, Ruth, and Orpah were going back to Bethlehem, Judah, whatever, yeah. They were going back there because they ended up finding out that God was providing for his people there again. And as they're traveling back, Naomi stops them and is just like, hey, I would rather y'all stay here, remarry, and like actually be able to live y'all lives. Don't come back with me. Like, my life pretty much is over. It's done with. They end up crying. Orpah like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stay. I'm gonna remain here. But Ruth says Ruth clung to her. And when I read the book of Ruth, I don't think of it as that Ruth and Boaz, the relationship stuff like marriage that a lot of people think of. Like, that's cool, but that's not my thought. When I think about the book of Ruth, I think about how important it is to cling to God, now that I think about it. And I would go back to the book of Ruth because I admired Ruth's loyalty to Naomi, her devotion to actually remain with Naomi. And I really believe that's how God intends for us to be in situations like they're in. Like, all their husbands was dead, like they died suddenly, and all they had was themselves and God, of course. And when I think about it, Ruth was turning away from a life of certainty. Like, she could have went back to her old life, married another Moabite man. Well, he wasn't a Moabite, but you know, she could have went back to Moab, married a Moabite man, and that could have been her life. Instead, she clung to Naomi and was just like, hey, wherever you go, I'll go. Wherever you stay, I'll stay. Your God is my God. I will be with you. I want to be with you. She was pretty much turning away from a life of certainty to a life of uncertainty. And that's where I'm at right now. If anything, I've been praying is, God, may your will be done on earth as it is in heaven in regards to my life. And maybe now, I hate when I get these realizations. Maybe now God is trying to make me aware that this is what you're praying for. You're not in your will. You're in my will. How can I make this make sense, Lord? I'm in God's will for my life. He says, for I know the plans I have for you, save the Lord, plans for peace and well-being, and not for disaster, but to give me a future and a hope, or a hope and a future, whichever way. But yeah, I'm just really in an uncertain season of my life. Life is really life, and I really want to go back to school. Originally it was for nursing, but now I'm unsure if nursing is really what I want to go towards. I want to do content creating. I want to do these things, but it's just, you know, nothing is happening. You know, nothing is occurring, and that's rough to me. So yeah, but I hope this encourages you.